JP McManus is going to donate €1 million to every county board in this country. And already people are dividing into two camps when it comes to this donation. There are those who welcome it, and I think they're in the majority, certainly judging by the text line, and they would say things like, an extra €1 million. It's a massive amount of money, particularly if it's to be divided, as is being reported, evenly between different codes. So too often the Camogie Association or the Ladies Gaelic Footballers, they are the poor relation when it comes to funding within clubs and county boards. It's also a massive amount of money for smaller counties who'd have to do huge fundraising to get anywhere close to €1 million. And people point out as well that nobody's forced JP McManus to do this. It is entirely voluntary. Others getting in touch, less supportive, some calling it a publicity stunt or a PR exercise, some suggesting Gaelic Games doesn't need the money. And most criticism, though, is to do with JP McManus's tax status. So despite being one of Ireland's most successful and well-known businessmen, he's not tax resident in Ireland. As far as I know, he's a tax resident in Switzerland. And what many are suggesting is that all of these causes that he purports to care about, they'd be better off if he contributed to the exchequer in this country and paid his taxes here. And I have to say, I have sympathy for that argument in theory, but I think in practice, it begins to fall apart a bit. We'd be absolute hypocrites, I think, if we were to criticise his tax status. And I'll tell you why. There is no longer any debate in international economic circles about Ireland's status as a corporate tax haven. It's just accepted as fact. And we've actually done such a good job in this country of setting up our corporate tax system that we took in about 4 billion in corporate tax receipts in 2012, and that was up to 23 billion by last year. That's a 475% increase. That's how much we're taking in corporate tax receipts. And we've used that money to fund Gaelic Games and county boards and other sports and schools and hospitals and roads and everything else. And a lot of that is money that these big corporations actually earn outside of Ireland. It is perfectly legal. We're entitled to do it. But if you want to criticise JP McManus, that is fine. But you can't have your cake and eat it. And you can't be happy to live in a tax haven and unhappy about JP McManus living in another tax haven.